Hello everybody and welcome back for some more Driversroom Festival of Speed, otherwise known as DRFS. We are here in the French countryside at Circuit de Sainte-Croix. This race today is gonna be on the A layout, the first layout, the most popular one, I also think it is. It's got a total length of 5.889 miles or 9.477 kilometers long. It's got 21 corners and features some big straights. So definitely a good track for overtaking with all these corners and then leading up to straights. So we might see some slipstream overtakes or maybe even some audacious dive bombs into the inside of another driver. Anyway, let's not wait any longer and go through the grid order of today's exciting race. In first place we have Flappy. He has put his car on pole for today. Then we have Linesi lining up alongside him. Then in third place we have MS Too Fast. Fourth is for the Roberts Dog. And fifth is for Bottle. Sixth is for Lorne Malvo. And seventh is for MGR Mercer. Eighth is for Mr. Sean, with ninth place being for DJ Rice. Then in 10th we have Bullet, and in 11th we have RJ Cool. That is the grid order of today's race. Let's see what this race will bring us. It is Flappy on pole for round number 3 and away we go, and not the greatest reaction time. Too Fast is already up the inside of Flappy. It's already 4 wide as they head into turn 1. Who is gonna get out in front, who can break the latest, and it will be Lionessy holding it around the outside of the Roberts Dog, and Flappy slots in third behind, but there Lorne Malvo up the inside of Too Fast. Can he make it stick? Not really. He loses the position to Bottle as a result of it. But Lorne Malvo quickly regains that position as Bottle doesn't get the greatest run out of turn number 3. As in the background we see Bullet going off. And I think RJ Cool might have been the cause of that. Let's see the replay for that. Okay, let's see what happens, and oh yes, indeed, it was RJ Cool who nudged Bullet into the barrier. Luckily, or thankfully, he waits for him to catch up and then continues on racing. At the front, meanwhile, it is Lionessy still holding the lead from the Roberts Dog. Then we have Flappy and Too Fast, who had a great start but couldn't capitalize on it that much. Although, oh, now Too Fast gives a nudge to Flappy, and that is really not what you want to see. Flappy now dropping down to 8th place, now up to 7th, as Too Fast also lets Flappy past. A lot of mistakes in this opening lap. Malvo now in 3rd place, Bottle in 4th, and Rice and Mr. Sean now in 5th and 6th. So much has shaken up at the front and at the back. Also in terms of the start, as now Malvo trying to get past the Roberts Dog, and not working out this time. As now Flappy and Too Fast need to catch up to the front pack as soon as possible, as they will now come onto the bridge for the first time of probably 10. I think 10 laps this race will be, seeing that this is a long lap. As now Lorna Marvel under pressure from Bottle this time without the rear wing. Hoping to get a bit more top speed out of his car. This circuit has got a lot of straights. So yeah, you can definitely make use of that lack of downforce. Although it also got a lot of sharp corners. As the Roberts dog now having to go defensive into the final corner. Having to defend from Lorna Marvel. As now Lorna Marvel gets past the Roberts dog into turn 1, not even before they hit the brakes. He's already past him. Mr. Sean there going a bit wide into turn 1. Luckily no damage done for him. As at the back it is still the same order as it was a lap ago, or somewhat. Arjugu and Bullet might be a bit lower down the field. Larnassi pulled a gap to Malvo, and the Roberts dog now following Malvo, but also Bottle is now definitely closer. He definitely is. So it might be the next straight, the long back straight, where Bottle can make something work. He needs to get as close as possible, and after the next corner needs to get a good exit out of it, although it doesn't seem like he got the best of exits over the bump. And I think he actually needs to defend from Ricey behind more than attacking. But Bottle remains where he was. So Flappy now under pressure of Too Fast. After that lap 1 incident, not really able to catch up. As Bullet is now past John Mercer as they head onto the bridge, and I think Arjugu might be in the clear to get an overtake on John Mercer, as well as he got the inside for the next right-hander. But Mercer is gonna stick his nose in and tries to fight it, but has to give up eventually and slot in behind Arjugu. Now Lionesi, bit less of a gap between him and Malvo, even needing to go slightly defensive into the final corner. And I think it will be a repetitive move of what we have seen last lap, with Malvo going past Lionesi on the back straight. Last lap it was on the Roberts dog, and Malvo is now into the lead of this race. And it's now a question of if he can hold it there. He is looking lower on fuel than the rest of the competitors. It is definitely a fuel safe race, seeing that everybody is just about halfway, as Ricey actually has gone up to 4th place, overtaking Bottle, and now very close to the Robbers Dog. Maybe the Robbers Dog and Bottle had a bit of a touch, which cost them enough time to let Ricey past Bottle and maybe even past the Robbers Dog as well. Not really a good overtaking sector, sector number 2. A lot of tight corners, 90-degree corners and such. You have more luck in sector number 3 and 4 and 5. So the remaining sectors are the ones you can really hammer down. As now onto the back straight over the bump, to make sure that you don't get too much airborne, as the Robbers Dog, quite frankly, with lots of more top speed, almost 15 kilometers an hour or 10 miles an hour quicker on that straight, and it might have even been more if Rice didn't slot in behind to get some slipstream. Tries to take a beating, and I think Malvo, just like last week, is going for the 2-stop race. Seeing that he's already about 20% fuel left, you're not gonna make it to 15 minutes. He will be likely doing a 2-stop race. Linesi, on the other hand, 40% left, will make it, and so is, I think, everybody else. Bodo doing really good on the fuel saving, same for Flappy. Mercer also doing pretty good on his fuel. And Malvo is already going into the pits because he only had 10% left of his fuel. Linesi will likely go on for another lap, and that's Bodo already going in, going for the undercut, it seems, because he had plenty of fuel to make it for another lap, I think. Too Fast was on the edge of going for another lap. Poulet is also in. And that means that Linesi is now in 1st place. Robbers Dog in 2nd, so a 1-2 for Retro Racing. But look at Ricey. Rice is already all over the back of the Robbers Dog. Can't catch a break. But will Ricey be able to get past the Robbers Dog before they head into the pits for their first pit stop? I'm not sure. Mr. Shaw also doing pretty good, setting a personal best 2nd sector, half a second up on his previous best. And he is setting his sights after Flappy. Now let's see, will Ricey be able to hold off to get past the Robbers Dog? But look at that top speed, 270 kilometers an hour, oh, a little over 10 kilometers an hour quicker on the straight, even with that slipstream. And yeah, Ricey cannot compete with that, and he will have to wait. So for Ricey, it definitely has to come from the corners and capitalize on a potential mistake from the Robbers Dog. As the Robbers Dog now goes past Lionessy, so was there a bit of team orders at play there? I am not sure. As Rice is now also going for the move. What is happening with Lionessy? Losing 2 places in one straight. Or is he fuel saving that much more to go on for another lap? I think he's doing that. In theory, you should be able to do... He's 7 seconds down. He is definitely fuel saving. He is going on for another lap. He wants to get that overcut, it seems. But with that fuel saving, it's gonna be terribly slow for him. I'm not sure if that's the right option to go for. As the Robbers Dog and the Ricey pull into the pits, Flappy will continue on, and now Lionessy is also continuing on, but oh, it's gonna be so very tight. RG Cool also into the pits, M. John Mercer's also staying out, and now Bottle, who's the leader of the pitters, is now up into 4th place. But Mercer also continuing on for another lap. He has fuel saved enough. Now Marvel also getting past. But is Bodo going for that 2-stop? He is. So that's quite interesting. I don't think he filled up to the max. And he is also only gonna do a quick stop, only to change tires really. As there comes Ricey out of the pits, followed by Mr. Sean, then Archcool, who crossed the pit exit line and got a 3-second penalty and slots in just behind Bullet. Flappy now holding that lead. From Lionessy, then we have Mercer, Bottle, Malvo, Too Fast, Ricey, Mr. Sean, Bullet, RJ Cool. But where's the Robbers Dog has gone? Has he retired all of a sudden? I'm not sure, as Lionessy is already below 10% of fuel, only halfway through the lap. Oh, this is gonna be such a close call. I am not sure if he is gonna make it or not. He is close, but he's still got 2 big straights coming up. And he is not in the slipstream to get him a bit more power, it seems. Or a bit less air resistance, I should say. Mercer now also below 10% of fuel. Flappy still above 10% of fuel, so he is definitely fuel saving quite splendid. Flappy must be going in this lap. As Lionessy is he is on 1% or even 0% fuel. As he now luckily makes it to the pits. Mercer is also looking very low on his fuel. He can just about make it to the pits. And that will mean that Bottle is in 1st place, but still with another pit stop to make. Mercer 0%, Lionessy 1% and Flappy 9% left the fuel tank. Malvo now goes second, also with another pit stop. Too fast. Same story for him. A stellar lap from Too Fast, a 3 minute 14.860, going more than 1 second quicker, so he has definitely got some pace in his car. Flappy now emerges out of the pit in 4th place. Where comes Lionessy? Lionessy comes out just ahead of Mr. Sean, as Mr. Sean actually has overtaken Ricey, so Ricey making a mistake in the last lap. At least that's what I think happened. Archie now just in front of Mercer. As Bottle is well and truly clear of second place Malvo, but behind Malvo we have Too Fast, and then we have Flappy, so the top 3 still need to make another pit stop. And that could be quite badly, has to be said for the 3 of them. Bullet, he is good on fuel saving, so he might be able to put in a whole lot less fuel in his car than the other 2. That might make him emerge in 5th, maybe 4th even. As now Bullet getting past Ricey just before the back straight. Maybe Ricey can fight back at Bullet. Let's see what Ricey can do, but Ricey is really short shifting, so saving as much fuel as possible and not really thinking about an overtake, as he is almost 4 seconds down on his personal best. RJ Cool pulling away from MJ Merce, going almost a second quicker on his personal best. Bullet now, Bottle now below 10% of fuel, so he's coming in at the end of the lap. Malvo will do the same. And Too Fast as well, so that will mean that this is the effective race leader as it stands now. Lionessy will be second and Mr. Sean will be third. Bullet now really also catching up to Mr. Sean, probably because Bullet has to make another pit stop, so he's definitely quicker. And there goes Bodo into the pits, but I think he crossed the pit entry line. Will that be a penalty for him? We have to wait and see on that. As now the top 3 are into the pits. And Flappy rounding the final corner. He will retake that first place. And Bodo is fueling up. Will he emerge in front of behind Lionessy? I think he will do behind. And maybe even behind Mr. Sean. It's a long wait for him into the pits, but there he goes out. He goes out behind Ricey, and indeed he got a 3-second penalty for crossing the pit entry line. Excuse me, he is in front of Ricey, but he will be behind Ricey once the penalty has been served. Malvo now emerging in 8th place. Bullet will emerge in 10th place, and Too Fast has done a good pit stop and will emerge in 10th. So look at the space behind Flappy. No run really to be seen. There is Lionessy. And there in the background is Mr. Sean. Then we have Bono with that 3-second penalty, which he will serve at the end of the lap, just before the final corner. Then Ricey in 5th and Arjeco in 6th. Mercer will be is now in 7th place, with Marvo in 8th and Too Fast in 9th. And Bullet also with a 3-second penalty in 10th place. Now let's see what is the top speed of the Pegasus car from Flappy. It was about 250 odd. To be honest, I didn't really look. Linetzi was 266 kilometers an hour, which is almost 20 kilometers an hour more than what Mr. Sean is doing. So Linetzi going for a much higher top speed setup. Malvo really almost hitting 270. Too Fast 260. So really the tuning is quite interesting to see. The guys have gone for a more downforce tune, others have gone for a more top speed tune. It's also a bit of what suits you. I said that Ricey will be in front of Bodo once Bodo has served his penalty, but Bodo has quite gotten the gap. There you can see after this corner there is the penalty zone, in which he will slow down. So most times the penalty will be more than 3 seconds in terms of actual time loss, as there Ricey up the inside, but Bodo can brake later because he had less speed, and Bodo just stays in front of Ricey. Oh, and Linetzi got a half a second penalty for track limits, probably into turn 1. Very easy thing to do. It will not cost him a position, or it might if that penalty cost him the win. With 5 minutes remaining, so 2 more laps to go. Can Ricey stay in front, stay behind Bodo, or will Ricey be able to get in front? It's a difficult one to answer. Although I think that Bodo might be a bit quicker. Ooh la la. As he almost got onto the tarmac, or on the astroturf. Arjakul making a mistake, and that will cost him 2 places in one go. Malvo now with far greater top speed than his teammate. An odd 10 kilometers an hour more. Malvo now taking 6th place, as Bullet still in the background driving a bit in no man's land. Linetzi will be serving this penalty after the next corner, just like we saw with Bodo, although this penalty is a whole lot less. as two of us now got a half-second penalty, and that will probably give RJ Cool 8th place. Although half-second isn't that much, it's also about the deceleration and acceleration again. I don't think RJ Cool will be close enough to two of us to go for a move, as the clouds are also nearing in. Last week we didn't see any rain, but this race we might. Only one lap remaining by my calculations. Once the timer runs out, then it will be for sure. And I think, I was gonna say everybody had enough fuel, but RJ Cool did not, and he also gets slapped on the wrist with a 3-second time penalty for crossing the pit exit or entry, I'm not sure. Crossed one of those lines. Mr. Sean putting up quite the performance, staying in front of Bottle. Albeit that Bottle had that 3-second penalty, it's still quite something. As I think everybody knows that this is the final lap of the race. Ooh, yes, they're too fast, going on a move on an MGR Mercer, and Tuvas is through to take 7th place. Flappy below 10%, Lionessy below 10% of fuel. They are about even, but after the pit stops, Lionessy had a bit more fuel, so that suggests that Flappy is a bit better on fuel, and there it is, the final lap light is flashing. And that will mean that Flappy is gonna take victory today. But that will also mean that there won't be another double podium. But what will be there is Flappy on the top step. He takes a victory in round number 3. Next across the line is Lionessy, just having enough fuel, and he will finish this race in 2nd place, or just not enough fuel. Mr. Sean will take an excellent 3rd place, the final podium position. Bottle will take 4th place, and Ricey just holding off. Malvo will take 5th, Malvo takes 6th, Too Fast takes 7th place, Mercer takes 8th place with a good lap from him in the end. There RJ Cool in 9th place. Yeah, I think that lap 1 incident with him, I believe it was him, right? Really hampered his progress. And as well for Bullet, also maybe not choosing the optimal strategy. But anyway, Bullet will come home in 10th place. That was it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave like and subscribe if you want to see more of this excellent racing content. And yeah, it's now Flappy having the lead in the championship over Sir Job and Lioness. So is it gonna be a full-on sweep for Pegasus Racing, or can Lioness do something about it? Anyway, that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time with some more Drivers Room Festival of Speed. And I almost forgot to mention. Oh no, I did not. Anyway, don't mind me. I will see you guys the next week with some more Driversroom Festival of Speed. Until then, have a good one. Bye bye.